Please be seated. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Ayubowan. It is my distinct pleasure to warmly welcome you all to Mighty Mariner 2026, a premier maritime knowledge sharing and networking platform dedicated to shaping the future of the maritime industry. As we gather here today for Mighty Mariner 2026, we also celebrate the spirit of a very special global occasion, the International Day of the Seafarer. Today, we recognize the honor the millions of seafarers around the world whose dedication, resilience, and professionalism keep global trade moving and connect nations across oceans. Their contribution remains fundamental to the world's economy and to the lives of people everywhere. In the spirit of the appreciation and inspiration, we proudly present Mighty Mariner 2026 under the theme, Charting the Future, Empowering the Maritime Community, organized by the Aries Group of Companies in collaboration with the Faculty of Marine Engineering and the Faculty of Maritime Sciences of CINEC Campus and powered by CIRS 2026, the 7th CINEC International Research Symposium. This event serves as a platform to inspire future maritime professionals, foster innovation, and strengthen connections between academia and industry. We are privileged to be joined today by 3 distinguished maritime professionals and industry leaders. Sir Sohan Roy, Founder, Chairman, and CEO of the Aries Group of Companies. Engineer Mangalayapa, renowned maritime industry leader and former CEO of Colombo Dockyards. Chief Engineer Punsara Aravinda, Founder and Managing Director of SIAP Private Limited. Dear sirs, a very warm welcome to you all. To mark the official inauguration of Mighty Mariner 2026, may I respectfully invite following distinguished dignitaries to join us for the ceremonial lighting of the traditional oil lamp symbolizing wisdom, prosperity, and the illumination of knowledge. Sir Sohan Roy, Founder, Chairman, and CEO, Aries Group of Companies. Captain Peshala Madagama, Vice President, Maritime Affairs, International Corporation and Foreign Projects, CINEC Campus. Senior Chief Engineer Punsara Aravinda, Founder and Managing Director of SIAP Private Limited. Chief Engineer Arjuna Ranasinghe, Dean, Faculty of Marine Engineering, CINEC Campus. Captain Prasanna Cedric, Dean, Faculty of Maritime Sciences, CINEC Campus. Mr. Aloysius Michael, Principal Manager, Aries Group of Companies. Ladies and gentlemen, may I request everyone to please rise for the CINEC anthem. Thank you. Please be seated. Now, we take a visual journey through the remarkable legacy of CINEC and the vision that has guided our mission. Please direct your attention on the screen for the CINEC corporate video presentation capturing the essence of excellence that defines CINEC.
Tiyabe sat samuduru jayagenena
ahase ihaling ihalata
sarana danumen nalut lokayama dinana mederane sabedu putun tanana niyamua obai apage niyamua obai Niamua obai ratatama, niamua obai.
රටත් ඔබත් නවලොවට එතර කරන නියමුවා සිනෙක් උපාධියකින් එහාලුවකට.
There is one place that helped all of us achieve our dreams.
I looked for a place that would prepare me to take on any professional challenge with confidence.
I wanted to graduate not just as the top of my class, but with the ability to compete in the global arena.
I wanted to grow as a person, to become the best version of myself.
I was guided to a future beyond the graduate.
Welcome
To CINEC.
Welcome to CINEC.
Established in 1990, CINEC Campus is the largest and most diversified non-state higher education institute in Sri Lanka. CINEC is the leader in maritime education and the longest-running maritime education facility. Since 2005, we have expanded our curriculum to include engineering and technology, IT, aviation, management, logistics, health sciences, hospitality, law, tourism, English language, education, HR, marketing, banking and finance, and more. Imparting knowledge, skills and competence, and gearing graduates to meet industry challenges. Today, CINEC accepts over 20,000 student registrations annually and offers a range of more than 200 educational and training programs, from certificate level to bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees.
Our aim at CINEC is to be a unique institute providing employable and disciplined youth to the international market. We always look at improving our standards and quality of delivery, which has been the main key to our success.
Our unprecedented growth can be directly attributed to our ability to consistently fulfill the expectations of the parents who entrust their children's higher education to us, as well as those of the multiple industries that look to us to provide them with accomplished, work-ready graduates. Managed by a board of highly qualified professionals whose astute judgment and absolute commitment and loyalty serve as the backbone of the Institute, it is no wonder that CINEC is widely commended for ensuring that its students achieve professional success, not just locally, but globally as well.
And right now I'm working in the international arena, and CINEC not only helped me to become a graduate, but also helped me to become much more than a graduate.
CINEC is the only institution that offers management level training to the Class 2 and Class 1 seafarers in Sri Lanka in the fields of navigation and marine engineering. Students in the Faculty of Maritime Sciences and the Faculty of Maritime Engineering enjoy state-of-the-art infrastructure and receive best-in-class technical training. The same standard of excellence extends throughout CINEC's other faculties of study, and students reap the benefits of the continuous investment made in providing them with top-of-the-line resources, including world-class laboratory facilities. Our affiliations with universities around the globe allow CINEC undergraduates and postgraduates to sit an entire program of study right here in Sri Lanka. CINEC's renowned part and full-time vocational training courses provide unparalleled, hands-on practical training and experience for those interested in entering the technical and industrial job markets. Our students benefit from the knowledge and wisdom of lecturers of the highest caliber, most of whom possess years of industrial experience. The industrial training and internships provided by CINEC are invaluable, enabling students to gain immense practical experience and insight, and often serving as long-term employment opportunities.
At the end of the 4-year degree, we are put out of the industry as fully fledged work-ready graduates who are able to take up any challenges in the industry.
CINEC's sprawling, purpose-built campus in Malabe is one of the best planned, contemporary and sophisticated campuses in the Asia-Pacific region, fully equipped with modern classrooms, advanced laboratories, technical workshops and training facilities. Our on-campus research centers give our final year students the ability to carry out their projects under expert supervision.
We have used CINEC because of the out-of-the-box thinking. We have used them primarily to train our team members in the shortest possible time to gain extensive technical knowledge, and that program has been a roaring success.
In keeping with our philosophy of providing students with holistic care and support, the campus is also equipped with a range of lifestyle, sport and recreational facilities. With branches in Nugegoda, Jaffna and Trincomalee, CINEC is dedicated to reaching out, giving more students the opportunity to be a part of the unique experience we offer. CINEC is responsible for the establishment and management of maritime training institutes in Fiji and the Seychelles, a testament to our global reputation. Operating under the highest globally recognized quality standards, this ensures that we remain on par with our international counterparts. We are proud to have been the recipient of numerous awards that highlight the consistent excellence of our performance.
Community service initiatives involve all our students in projects that seek to make a positive impact on people and uplift those in need.
The comprehensive course structure at CINEC helped me gather in-depth knowledge and new skills, enabling me to achieve my career goals.
Today, I'm one of the executive members of the company and the Director Innovations at Orange Electric, and I really do believe CINEC's holistic approach helped me to get here.
As one of the world's top container lines, the performance of our vessels is vitally important, and that requires well-trained seafarers of the highest calibre, which is something that Sri Lanka and CINEC delivers.
At CINEC, we take pride in our ability to groom exceptional professionals. But this is not our sole aim. Our unique outlook, principles and philosophy ensure that our graduates go into the world as well-rounded, disciplined, productive individuals with a strong moral code, leadership attributes and a determination to make a positive impact on the world they live in. CINEC, beyond a graduate.
Ladies and gentlemen, we now turn our attention to the very essence of today's gathering. Mighty Mariner is a transformative program focused on maritime career development, a collaborative effort bringing together the International Maritime Institute, IMI, the International Maritime Club, IMC, Aries Energy, and the Aries International Maritime Research Institute, AIMRI. It is a unique platform where maritime knowledge and tradition coverage, connecting students with industry veterans and real-world insight, and cultivating the next generation of maritime leaders. Please enjoy the official Mighty Mariner 2026 event introduction video.
Joining hands with the IMC, a collective forum of institutes from all over the world, the International Maritime Institute, IMI, stands as a beacon of excellence, collaboration, and progress. IMI is more than a forum, it's a global platform that connects aspiring professionals with industry leaders, offering real-world experiences to prepare them for the complexities of the maritime sector. Our mission is to shape the next generation with the competence and confidence to thrive in this dynamic field. Central to IMI's success is its partnership with the International Maritime Club, IMC. For over 17 years, IMC has been a unifying force, fostering collaboration, knowledge exchange, and growth across the maritime world. Renowned for events like the Golden Helm Awards and the IMC Honorary Doctorate Leadership Excellence Awards, IMC celebrates visionary leaders whose contributions have shaped maritime trade. Supporting IMI's mission is the Aries International Maritime Research Institute, AMRI, headquartered in Sharjah, UAE, with an affiliate in Kochi, India. AMRI bridges academia and industry, bringing seasoned leaders into the classroom. Under the leadership of Sir Sohan Roy, AMRI has pioneered EFISM, a tool designed to enhance individual efficiency based on the 1:1:1 principle, balancing karma, body, and mind for a productive, harmonious life. Complementing this is the Hartwas training program, which improves time management and personal development. With the mission of creating better opportunities for maritime students and building up a better maritime world, Aries Energy also works hand in hand with the International Maritime Institute. Aries Energy is at the forefront of renewable energy solutions, transforming the maritime industry and securing a future that is both environmentally responsible and economically sustainable. Aries Energy leads globally in 5 key areas: hull thickness measurement firm, marine and offshore rope access inspection cum maintenance services, marine and offshore 3D scanning services, scrubber retrofit engineering for ships, turnkey engineering and inspection services. With the support of all these organizations and a number of other supporting organizations from around the world, we present a complete career guidance program, Mighty Mariner, to foster growth, innovation, and excellence in the global maritime community. This program offers in-depth coverage of contemporary maritime industry topics, providing students with valuable insights and practical knowledge to excel in their maritime careers. Our interactive sessions combine theoretical knowledge with practical insights, delivered through expert-led seminars and discussion, case studies from real maritime scenarios, multimedia presentations and demonstrations, interactive Q and sessions with industry professionals. Join us in this movement where knowledge meets opportunity and every step shapes the future of maritime trade. Together, we're not just navigating the seas, we're charting a journey toward a brighter, more interconnected future. Welcome to the Mighty Mariner, a program by International Maritime Institute, where the journey to excellence begins.
I hope that gave you a clear sense of the spirit behind today's event. To formally commence today's proceedings, may I respectfully invite Captain Peshala Madagama, Vice President, Maritime Affairs, International Cooperation and Foreign Projects, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Minoti. A very good afternoon to all of you. On behalf of the founder of CINEC and the current Chief Executive Officer and the President of CINEC, Captain Ajit Viris, and the Deputy CEO and Deputy President of CINEC, Senior Professor Chair Sampath Amarathunga, and the Senior Management Committee, as well as the two Deans of the Maritime Faculties, Captain Prasanna Cedric, the Dean of the Faculty of Maritime Sciences, as well as Chief Engineer Arjuna Ranasinghe, who is the Dean of the Faculty of Marine Engineering, and the other staff and everybody who's present over here. We extend a very warm welcome to, collectively, a very warm welcome to Sir Roy, who is here to grace this occasion, as well as I think we just come, please sit. So I think I was just extending the welcome. So a very distinguished personality in the maritime fraternity in Sri Lanka, Chief Engineer Mangala Yapa. A very warm welcome to you as well, sir. And Chief Engineer Punsara Arvinda, who is no stranger to CINEC. A very warm welcome to you as well. So I think today's event is also because of another gentleman who's over here, Mr. Aloysius, who is representing Aries. A warm welcome to you and thank you for pushing this idea through. How this came about was a few days back, a few weeks back, I would say. There was a request to see whether Sir Roy and the team would come across over here and exchange ideas and to motivate and let us know what is there in the industry. So what was happening was that the 25th, that was yesterday, is the International Day of the Seafarer, as we all know. We had a program that we had designed and we were planning to have. But since this request came, we thought instead of that we are going to have this function today. So today is, as much as it is the Mighty Mariner, which is championed through the IMI, as I was told, it is also to commemorate and remember the seafarer of this world, the seafarers of this world. So it is the day of the Seafarer. That was yesterday, so we will be commemorating that as well. So what do? We do this thing called counseling. We do this called mentoring. But today we are here to talk about career advancement, about what we can do, about understanding what is there in the industry. So it is, as it states over here, I think it is mine over there, but you know what was there. It is about the career development of you. So I think it is a very opportune thing to do, because at the very fledgling stage, at the time that you're actually starting your careers, it is good for you all to know what is in the industry and how you are going to prepare yourselves. So this is pitched for you at the very opportune, very right time. So I urge you all to listen very carefully, absorb what you can, and see how it can apply to you individually. As has been said on day one itself, when you go on board the ship, you carry your bag, you're up that gangway by yourself, you serve on board that ship by yourself, you make your careers by yourself, and that is basically what it is. So today, I'm sure it is going to be something that you will be doing for yourself. So we would want you all to focus and absorb this information that will be shared with you in the context of seeing how you can apply it for your own careers and the development of your own careers. So this is what the focus is going to be, and without much ado, and again, expecting some wonderful ideas and thoughts to be shared with us, and wishing the very best of luck for this session, and expecting you all to carry forward new ideologies, thoughts that will help you to progress in your lives, because the persons who are going to talk with you are not doing so through something that they have read, but something they have lived, and where they have developed within themselves. It is their own experience, and it is in their own DNA. So this is what they are going to share with you. So it is in as much as something that we would want to hear on knowledge, but when it comes to experience sharing, there is nothing to substitute that. So with that, I would expect you all to understand that these are the persons who have talked their walk, but also walked their talk. So please accept, open up your minds, because they are here to help you broaden your vistas the way that you think. So all the very best to you all, and expecting a wonderful session. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Captain. It is now my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker and the visionary behind this entire movement. Sir Sohan Roy is a visionary entrepreneur, a global maritime leader, an accomplished filmmaker, and a Forbes-listed business icon. He is a founder, chairman, and CEO of the Aries Group of Companies and the architect of the $10 billion Indiewood project aimed at revolutionizing India's film industry. A naval architect by profession, he has pioneered numerous innovations in ship design, efficiency systems, and industrial training. He is the founder behind the International Maritime Institute, the Aries International Maritime Research Institute, and Aries Energy, institutions transforming maritime education and career development.
Passion is the spark that ignites the fire within, while perseverance is the fuel that keeps it burning bright, even in the face of adversity. Sir Sohan Roy's name is a shining example of how passion, purpose, and perseverance can shape an extraordinary journey. A Forbes-listed entrepreneur, naval architect, world record-holding poet, and Oscar-selected Hollywood filmmaker. He is the first Indian honored with the prestigious knighthood by Ordo Partis Gourfey of Italy for his humanitarian and environmental protection efforts. As a professional naval architect, he etched his name in history by transforming over 3,500 ships globally into eco-friendly green ships, a remarkable feat that epitomizes his commitment to sustainable practices. His vision took flight in 1998 when he established Ares Marine in the Middle East. Under his astute leadership, what started as a ship design and inspection firm blossomed into the Ares Group. His innovative spirit shines through his creations, like Ares Panamada Chundan, the world's longest snake boat that secured a place in the Guinness Book of World Records. His pioneering concepts like the semi-solar unsinkable bottle seagoing steel houseboat, topless ship, and solar seabed showcase his commitment to push boundaries. A true visionary, Sir Sohan promoted the industrial doctorate concept through the Ares Maritime Research Institute, bridging academia and industry. His brainchild, EFISM, Efficiency Improvement System Management, revolutionized organizational efficiency through HR transformation, propelling Ares to become world #1 in 5 fields. Sir Sohan's patriotism resonates in his vision of $1 is equal to 1 rupee, embraced by Indian billionaires. His $10 billion project Indiewood aims to integrate and elevate the Indian film industry to Hollywood's caliber, creating waves worldwide. As a humanitarian and environmentalist, Sir Sohan initiated groundbreaking employee welfare schemes like parental pension, spouse salary, children's education support, early retirement with pension, and financial support for employee-initiated startups. He championed equitable policies, reserving 50% shares for employees and implementing anti-dowry and anti-caste measures. His filmmaking prowess shines through his thought-provoking works. Black Sands shed light on ecological degradation caused by unscientific mining. Sound of Pain focused on environmental protection and climate change. His documentary Dams, the lethal water bombs, and film Dam 999 explored the catastrophic consequences of disregarding environmental safeguards, with the latter becoming the first Indian movie shortlisted for the Oscars in the mainstream category. In 2023, his illustrious contributions to the maritime world, he was honored with the Maritime Personality of the Year award by Robin Asafina magazine. Through his 3 decades of unwavering service to the maritime industry, Sir Sohan Roy has become a beacon of inspiration. As he continues to dream and create impact, may his glorious journey motivate generations to come, shaping a better world for people and communities worldwide.
I now have the great honor of inviting Sir Sohan Roy to the stage to share his insights on efficiency to propel future shipping.
Hi, good afternoon to all. Actually, doing a technical speech or something in the afternoon is a punishment for anyone, especially after a heavy lunch. Because 35 years back, I was also a student like you. Always in the class afternoon sessions, I don't know how we manage. So I know your mindset, because time doesn't change our basic culture. So as a filmmaker, I want to take a different route, because I always believe the visuals are many times better than any other format. That's why you skip the classes and you go for a matinee, the afternoon show. You enjoy the movies. There you don't sleep, right? So let us visualize something for the next half an hour, then we'll have a short discussion. See, what is a movie, and what is the specialty of the movie industry, you know? Now, even if I'm a mariner, my passion is into movies. That's why I'm talking in terms of movies. The most efficient industry, I should say, in the world should be movie industry, because that is the industry really respect time. I need to substantiate, right? you look around the world, every movie theater, there will be a timing. Exactly on that time, it will start. We cannot delay. And the content what you are showing, the length never change because it is censored for a particular second, right? So the content is sharp on time, the show is sharp on time, everything happens on time. And the 2-hour movie is basically 120 minutes, that is 120 pages of script. The director brilliantly put it into your brain. Unknowingly, you accepted everything. You did not think about your mobile. You did not think about your problems, your back papers, nothing. You enjoyed it, and you come out and you can remember the story, you can tell the story to someone. Basically, what is that? That is education, basically. Transferring the information from 120 pages into your brain without any strain. That is movie. That's why now I am traveling all around the world to convey this message. We need to transform the entire education system. Why we waste 50,000 hours in the academics and coming into the industry without knowing the application of A+B the whole square? But I'll tell you, I saw a person who really showed me the application of A+B the whole square. I got 10 daughters. Both are mariners, both are naval architects, masters. So one of the girl fell in love with a boy. Boy is very nice. Is an Indian origin, but UK settled. So the boy came to me. So they decided to marry. But the final approval should be given by the father, right? But I had only one condition. I don't need any millions or billions in his account. But the boy should be brilliant and smart. Okay, he looked like a very smart boy. But I don't know how brilliant he is. So I asked him a tricky question. What is 105 into 105? I never expected an answer, but immediately he said it's 11,025. I was shocked because I was quite good in maths, but I never give such an answer so fast actually. So I asked him, how do you get the answer? He said it's very simple. It is 100 plus 5 the whole square. For the first time in my life, I realized the application of A+B the whole square. And it was a $1 billion question. And I agreed for the marriage. See, this is the thing. In the academics, we learned so many things. I will not say we learned. We wasted so many hours mugging so many unwanted stuff, while forgetting many things that is really required for the industry. The problem is there is no bridge between academics and industry. In most of the cases, you people are so lucky that you will end up in the maritime sector, especially as the cadets, where you get an opportunity to get trained by the real professionals from the industry. They inject the industrial culture. That's why you have a different training system here. You need to have the real discipline of the industry. You need to have all the, just like a semi-defense system you are being followed. You learn something more than others. You pass out with an extra bone. But this is not what exactly happening with other industries. That's why we decided to introduce a new education system using movies. When I came here, the first thing, because I always use my 5 senses properly, my eyes, my ears, everything. Wherever I go, I look around, I can find out at least 10 observations. Because I have enhanced my vision. You also got 5 senses, but you need to ask yourself, have you ever tried to enhance that its power? Today, when you go out, you should go out with at least 10 new informations to practice. Normally, motivation speakers come and speak which they never practice in their life. Today, I don't want to talk anything which I don't practice in my life, which I practice and successfully the results are there. So it is up to you to try or not, but I can give you a guarantee that whoever try it, it is not a bad investment. You will gain something. It will improve your efficiency. Whenever I talk about efficiency, my blood flow increases because it is my passion actually. How to improve the efficiency. It was my industrial doctorate subject also. Today when I came for this event, actually, it makes a big difference compared to other events. Every month I go to an institute and do something I called motivation for the maritime students or a guidance for the maritime students through this Mighty Mariner program. But wherever I go, one thing happens is I need to keep one day exclusively for that event because I need to fly, catch a night flight, land, then conduct this event, and evening flight I need to go back. That means one day is exclusively for that one, but I do other jobs also. But today, for this event, actually, I came to Sri Lanka for a wedding. That's why we contacted you, because I am in Sri Lanka. I don't want to waste my day. How to make use of the time in a better way so that I can do something extra. That means I can save one day in my life. If I can club this wedding and your event, I'm saving one day in my life. Because for me, when I started the company, the motto was time is money, we count even seconds. Then I introduced this efficiency improvement system management, where we all consider time as God and clothes as idols. How to save time? That is our success. We always think about longevity. People try to do meditation, they do yoga and other things to live another 10 years, 5 years, whatever it is. There are so many longevity clinics nowadays making money out of that one. But what is the use of getting extra 5 years or 10 years if you have nothing more to do in this world? So you need to save time and you need to make use of that time for something. So what to do with that extra time? That you need to do. You need to plan yourself. Because you cannot look into the other person and see what he is doing. You cannot look into me what I am doing because you are different. Every person sitting here is different. Everyone is born with a talent and passion. You need to identify your destiny. See, the World Cup is going on. We can see evening of many people, I don't know whether it is allowed for you here. Late night they sit down and watch the game of Messi and Ronaldo. See, so many talented players are playing in the World Cup. To get into a World Cup team is not easy. Don't think that they all got a ticket to the World Cup or they became Messi or Ronaldo just because of destiny. No. They did not just send their resume or mark sheet to some football institute and they got an admission. Because of that, they became a player and they got into the World Cup team. No. They had a passion, they had the talent to become a player. From the very childhood, they realized it. They keep on practicing. Now, their talent, passion, their skill development, and their profession, they are all in one line. That's why a Messi was created. Ronaldo was created. So many legendary players were created, and they are so successful, and we are all waiting to see their play. Why this is applicable only for this kind of games? Why can't we have it in our system? Why destiny take you to a certain industry? Don't tell me that everyone sitting here, they had the passion and when you were in the school to join the maritime industry. Somehow you landed up here. Now it is the responsibility of the maritime industry to take you on the shoulder, train you further. Because in the maritime sector or any industry, every day is a learning ground. Every day, what you are learning in the industry is 10 times more than what you are learning in the academics. Academics, you are just by hearting something written decades back. Industry is not like that. Industry is changing every day. You need to travel with that one. Sometimes you need to travel beyond that one. At least 10 years ahead or 5 years ahead. People, the companies with vision, they think about Elon Musk, always think about 10 years or 20 years ahead. So, to be successful, you need to have that industrial experience. But unfortunately, this industrial experience never got accounted. Your experience, you will say that I got 5 years, 10 years, 15 years experience, that's all. But with a 15-year experienced person, two persons got two different knowledge level. But there is no measuring scale to see that. There is no measuring scale to measure the efficiency. That is what we decided to find out a solution. This FSM was created 14 years back before that, because of that. We are now using 200 parameters to measure the efficiency of a person. 100 management systems we created. Now we are trying to give training to the next generation like you about the basics. So today when you go back, I'll give you some tips, you just try to practice. When you really start practicing it, come back. I'll make sure that you get a place in our training system. Because industry requires people who are committed, who got interest to upgrade themselves. Because future industry is different. So far what is happened, but future industry is not what the industry is going to be. Because our company always travel 5 to 10 years ahead. We have our own research institute. What we vision today is what is going to come after 5 years. We can see where the industry is going to be placed. That's why we could start the world's first industrial university, iVersity. That's why we could mold hundreds of doctorate holders from the industry. You should understand, the future shipping is different. By the time you pass out, I don't know, because we are the world's largest ship designers. Right now, the ships, what we plan to design, everything is all autonomous ships, AI-based operations, IoT-based systems. See, in these places, your conventional training has no role in future. Your places will be taken over by robotic operations. If you are not trained for the AI, next generation, because I am from the film industry, that's why the first impact happened in the film industry. When I did a movie in 2011, which went to the Oscars, I was so lucky that I could shoot it in films first. Then, by that time, the digital revolution came. The post-production was done in the digital formats. It was the first 4K scan movie in India. But what happened is, we spent around 150,000 hours to make that 1 hour 50 minutes content. Today, because of AI, I can make a better movie for 1/10 cost, maybe even 100 cost, at 1/10 time. The new generation AI tools are coming. It is like taking a photocopy. You give them script also AI can develop. You just tell the vision, okay, I want to make a movie about so and so story. You can, what is your imagination? You tell, the content is automatically getting created. That is the way the tools are getting trained. See, this is what now we are introducing into all the industrial training system. Every person should be trained on a daily basis. They need to have contents because visuals can get into their brain so easily. Safety content, when you give, it should be given in the mother tongue. Don't use safety class as a language training system. Nowadays, what happens? The trainer comes and talk in a particular language, maybe in English. But the British English is not the Sri Lankan English. People will not understand half. But if the training content is made and the audio track is dubbed to 100 languages, that is the best way of communication without any loss. A trainer, what he says in 1 hour, in 5 minutes we can make it as a very beautiful content. And nowadays the new generation, they cannot sit down for 1 hour. Even my 30 minutes today will be a big headache for you, right? So we need to, that's why nowadays the brain is modeled like that. 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 1 minute. We need to have reels accordingly. So this is the new generation training system we are developing. I want to give a guidance for these institute authorities. You have a beautiful hall here. The moment I stepped in, I wanted to tell you, because next time when I come, you should convert this into a proper atmosphere theater. It is maximum 1 week job, not expensive also. Just change this projector. Nowadays, beautiful 4K projector. Just see the video what you are watching here. That is not even 2K content, okay? You can see a 4K content, 4 times bigger size. The best sound system. A permanent audio visual control system. There's a camera here, automatic camera. I can take class from Dubai. I'll be on the big screen. When a student is asking a question, the camera will automatically focus there. I can see that student directly talking to me. So this is the way, the technology is so advanced. This is the way nowadays we are introducing classrooms in India. We started from India actually. You should have a system. Here you have such a beautiful campus. And this can be utilized at least 20 hours a day actually. Morning 5 o'clock we can start. Evening, night 1 o'clock. Late night you can, even World Cup is happening, you can watch it here actually. What you need is, you don't need any extra staff. I don't know whether today the audio visual is controlled by the student or the staff. In our system, in our academic system, we don't allow external people to work because this is a learning ground. Every job what is happening in the academics is a learning ground. So we introduce start a film club. Not nowadays no film actually, it's a movie club actually. We can call it as AI club now onwards because movies is also completely changed. All AI based content creation. But they should control this entire thing, even the audio system, everything. The beauty is when someone is today, I am talking here, automatically the content is getting created in that system. It's a package actually. The camera is recording it, a camera is focusing you, the audio system is better because our brain, because this should be a properly acoustically designed sound, theater where no external sound should come here. The lighting, everything should be, when I talk, only light should be here. Everything should be dark extra, otherwise. So all these things can be done in 1 week time maximum. Because you already got the hall, you got everything here. But it will make a big change. If you have a club like this, you can make hundreds and hundreds of hours of content. You should try to understand. Normally in a conventional method of training system, when a trainer coming and taking a class like this is a cost for you. You need to pay for the trainer. You need to give accommodation, travel, everything. Same time, you request the best industrialists from US or UK, whatever it is, take 1 hour class. We are more than happy to address the students. So far, it is not wasting a whole day. I am sitting in my office through the Zoom. I am addressing the student. I am more than happy to transfer my information to the next generation. But what happens here, when you attend this session, it is automatically getting trained, is recorded. You should have a library with a unique ID system for that content, because that content is going to be an asset for the organization. Tomorrow, that 1 hour content, you can put a price tag of $1,000. Because it's the technical content, valuable content, if you give it to others, because it's your own content. Maybe on the social media itself, you can make money. Even otherwise, asset valuation companies, when you do the proper valuation for your organization, they will look into the number of hours of content in the library. If you have 10,000 hours of content in future, 10,000 into 10,000, that is your asset value from the content. Just imagine, you created a training system and you are making money out of that one. This is a tip I am giving to the organization. For that, you need to have a proper theater classroom here so that the content is valuable. Proper light up, everything, it is getting recorded, it is getting edited by this movie club. And the children, they are going to learn what is happening in the industry. What is the latest thing happening in the industry? You are going to learn. So it is both organization is getting benefited, the student is getting benefited. Now, for the students, another tip I will give you. It is up to you. Because I finished mine. That's why I am telling you. Whatever I haven't done, I will not tell you. See, it is your time to recollect your past so far, because your academic journey is going to finish. Everyone should write your academic biography. Otherwise, you will forget everything after some time. When you memorize everything and you make us a biography, it is a content also. And tomorrow, wherever you go, instead of giving your visiting card, you can use this as because this is this is a guideline for the next generation. What is happening in your academics? But to make the academic biography, how much time you require? For a 200-page, you need only, using AI, 5 hours. That's why when you have a movie club like this, we give the training. This is already our students, our staff students, they already started doing it. In India, this process already started. Those who are working in the industry, finished 20 years, they have written their professional biography. That process done in our company. Now 40 people in our company with 20 years of experience, they finished their biography and they got their doctorate. Because using AI, when I talk in front of a mobile, someone is asking a question, I keep on asking the questions, or you prepare your questions, you give it to someone, you keep 2 cameras, you are getting the audio format, video format, and automatically AI is converting it to the book. It's very simple, right? You practice it. If you have an AI club, you should try this one, so that you can have your own biographies. Your entire teacher's biography, it is your responsibility to make sure that the knowledge in the brain is getting printed on a book. It is going to your library. Same thing, your parents, your grandparents, anyone is living. I have done my mother's biography. I published it. See, I am a man controlling 90 companies in 30 countries. I got only 24 hours, you got only 24 hours. Me too wasted 50,000 hours in the academics. It was a wrong career design. By destiny took me to naval architecture field. But when I finished the naval architecture, I decided I did a big mistake. This is not my field. Because my passion was into the movies, but it was too late. Then I realized the only way I can go back to the film industry is if I join Merchant Navy, I can work 6 months and I can work in the film industry 6 months. That's why I became the first naval architect in India to become a marine engineer. I went to Mumbai, knocking almost 100 companies to get a slot into the Merchant Navy. You people are so lucky because you are going through the right path. After this, the institute makes sure that you are landed on board the ship. But my case was not like that. I was taught by Germans because Germans came to India to train the trainers. It was 4.5 years, 9 semesters. We had 8 months of shipyard training, but the course was not approved. I had to go and knock one by one. Everyone said, you are not approved. You haven't gone through the right track to get into the merchant navy. Merchant navy is different. To get the CDC, you need to have all these procedures. But I met a captain. I was following him on a daily. We were becoming so close. But he wanted to help me, but he know that if he tried to do it, it is illegal. But one day, I impressed him. Because he had a project he had to do, he had no time. He just casually, he just asked, can you help me? You won't believe, I took up that project, I did it beautifully, I presented it. He was so impressed. Just by impressing an organization head professionally, he took the entire responsibility. He took me into one of his ships. He was managing one of the SAS ships. I was sent on board as the junior engineer. 6 months, just 10 days before completing this, this 6 months journey, I learned everything. Actually, since I was a naval architect, I could learn better than anyone else because we designed ships. So for me, it was the real practical experience. Just 10 days before the ship got fired, that was the 91 Sagirusan fire, I was the only one escaped from the engine room. So this is a second life for me. In the second life, actually, when I returned, even my family was thinking I was no more. Third day only, after 3 days only, they came to know that I am alive. When I returned, my priority became different because people were thinking I was no more, so I wanted to go and meet them. My next 6 months got over. My film dream went in vain, but after that I joined because it was a scary scene, escaping from a fire. But I landed up in the Middle East, Gulf. I worked for 6 years. But I had one dream. I want to go back to my passion. I want to make a movie. But for that I need money. No one will make a movie for me. So I was thinking to start something my own. Because when I was a student, I was having my own business in the campus. How many of you making or studying with your own money here? Without parents' support? How many of you here? Not even one? Yeah. See, 35 years back, without troubling my parents, I was making my own money. I was working, but I had to work every day 2 hours extra. This is the next message I want to give. You have 24 hours. A man standing here is also got 24 hours. He did 35 years back 2 hours every day for his during the studies he worked. That's why I got the confidence to start something later by myself. With that business journey, I made money and I made my first movie. You can also do it. If you have a dream, you can fulfill it. Even if your career design was wrong and you went a wrong turn, you can find out. You can parallelly, you can adjust your time and you can fulfill it. See, my next request, when you go back today, find out 1 hour extra. It is not an impossible task. I address so many, hundreds of students every year. I advise them. I am a mentor for all my staff's children. Online, every month I address them. But everyone got changed. I request only 1 hour per day. Invest that 1 hour. Don't waste, invest. My humble request for all you, the thing is, start with AI training. Mandatory. Nowadays, you don't need a mentor. Actually, if you know how to make use of AI, sky is the limit. Because future shipping is different. You need to identify which area you can support. AI will guide you. You ask AI, in future, I am a marine engineer or I am a decade today, in future, after 10 years, which are the parallel things I need to learn? Then AI will guide you. These are the future coming. You design something for yourself. You make your own curriculum. You train yourself. You don't look into your friends because your interest is different, his interest is different. AI can guide you according to your interest, what you are going through. AI can tell you this is your area of interest, you focus on this industry. There are hundreds and hundreds of industries in the world, thousands of industries. Today, the most efficient country is the China actually. Before it was Japan, now China overtook. China deleted around 12,000 conventional training system, the academic system, courses they deleted. They identified that it is absolute waste. Every student should identify something for the future. Don't think that what is happening today in the industry will there for after 30 years or 10 years when you are matured enough to run the industry. But parallelly, just imagine every day 1 hour if you are investing, you get minimum 300 hours per year. Forget about the Sunday, you forget. 10 years next 10 years if you have a plan, 3,000 hours you are getting. See, to become a karate black belt holder, you need to invest only 1,000 hours. To become a Boeing pilot, you need to become a 1,500 hours only you need to invest. To become a commando also, you need to invest only 1,500. That means by investing 500, 1,000, 1,500 hours, you can become a master in certain field. These are all parallel systems. These are going to give you more confidence. What is your success? Success depends on your confidence. Normally in the academics, after the academics, you get some degree certificate, right? That just give you a bit of confidence, that's all. But industry is not getting any confidence from your degree certificate. Industry will use that certificate only to qualify for an interview, that's all. Only the HR department get a confidence to qualify for an interview from thousands of people. But in the interview, even if you are the first rank holder, if you don't perform, out. Once you enter the industry, no privilege for first rank or second rank holders. Your performance, your attitude, that only will take you further. Just imagine today onwards, you are just focusing, you are investing this time in certain fields, in your soft skills and life skills and industry special skill, which will support your future employer. If you decide this is the field I am going to look into it as a parallel journey, you can do 2 jobs at a time nowadays. Because AI will completely change everything. Just imagine tomorrow's, okay, you think about the container movements these days. You just imagine, just visualize. You need to send a 10 kg or 20 kg parcel to US. You are taking the mobile and clicking your requirement track. After 1 hour, the drone is coming, taking your the 10 kg parcel. It is going somewhere. After a few weeks, you are getting a message from your friend that I received your parcel. This is the way system is going to happen. Everything is AI is going to control. Your requirement is just to give the address. It will come, it will take, it will pack everything. It will go to some container. Containers will automatically be controlled, and it will find out the cheapest way of travel, and it will be delivered at half the cost of what is happening today. No mediators, nothing. This is going to happen. So you need to understand what AI is going to make the changes in the industry. Accordingly, because this is not in your curriculum. We cannot blame your organization because they are running according to the current laws. The Maritime Department is saying these are the things they need to cover. IMO is saying these things to be covered. They cannot change from that one. But you have enough time with you. Just imagine in FSM we say 24 hours is 1:1:1. 1 for your body, 1 for mind, and 1 for karma. Body means sleep, exercise, everything. 1 for the karma, that is your 8 hours in the campus. What you are doing, 8 hours is enough to learn you everything what they are teaching here. Then 8 hours you have. We are asking for 1 hour from that one. If you want to waste your time by scrolling your all social media, unwanted stuff, it is up to you. If you want to redesign, career design is the most important thing. So today when you go back, think about this, think about your redesign your career design. Because efficiency is going to rule the future. I came here to pass this message only. Future shipping runs on efficiency. Efficiency is going to propel the future shipping. There is no shortcut. You need to upgrade. You need to change your mindset. Don't think that it is the responsibility of the teachers to guide all these things. Now, the best mentor in the world, the most advanced mentor in the world is the AI. There are so many platforms. First of all, try to learn what is AI. Invest maybe 100 hours initially you invest in AI to understand what is AI. Then you divide this, you multiply, okay, I will spend 100 hours for this one, 200 hours for this one, 500 hours for this one. Master in at least 2 or 3 extra things so that you can do 3 or 4 jobs at a time. This is future. Don't think that normal way every company will hold you for 200 hours every month. No. In future, companies require your 15 hours or 20 hours. Rest AI is going to do everything. If you get time, my movie, you watch it, Dam 999. It was made in 2011, but it is showing a city called Marine City. The Marine City concept as such is like this. We visioned it how many years back? More than 50 years back, where mariners stay together, work together, ship management companies moving over there. Everything will be controlled by every individual. You don't need to be on board the ship. The digital twin concept, everything actually will change complete thing. Even a virtual wheelhouse you can have at home. You can sit down there and you can control the entire ship without going on board. This is the future. Unmanned ships are coming. We are designing it. That's why I'm telling you. Everything is changing. So, but we need to have people with your skill, but updated skill, AI skills. So think about it. Try to change. It's already too late to talk further. Hope no one slept today afternoon because it was a scary story, right? So you can ask any questions. You can ask for 5 minutes. I'm here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir, for that insightful and visionary keynote address. Thank you.
Any questions from the students? Anyone to ask any question? I can answer. Okay, thank you.
Moving on, our next speaker is a distinguished marine engineer and naval architect and one of Sri Lanka's most respected maritime industry leaders. Engineer Mangala P.B. Yapa holds an MSc in shipbuilding from Astrakhan State University, Russia, and an MBA from the University of Sri Jayawardenepura. He is a fellow of Institution of Engineers, Sri Lanka, and a member of the Institute of Marine Engineering, Science and Technology, the IMRST, in the United Kingdom. Over a remarkable career, he has served as a Chief Executive Officer and Managing Director of Colombo Dockyard, as Secretary General and CEO of the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce, and as Chairman of the Board of Investment of Sri Lanka. He is also an accredited mediator with the Singapore International Mediation Institute and the CCC-ICLP ADR Center, and a recognized speaker at national and regional maritime forums. I now invite Engineer Mangala Yapa to the stage to share his insights on your future in the maritime sector beyond seafaring. Over to you, sir.
Very good afternoon to each one of you. First of all, thank you very much for the organizers for inviting me, and all my friends and colleagues at CINEC Campus and other presenters who warmly kind of welcomed me. To be honest, I was not 100% sure whether I could make this presentation today because there's some personal matters that I need to attend to. But having given my commitment about 2 weeks ago, I decided that I will somehow or other try and make it. So actually I couldn't do my presentation, also prepare it well in advance. So in the morning I had a little time, I was thinking, what should I talk about? There are enough people to talk about marine industry per se. I thought I'll talk about your future. We are the past. Probably in the maritime sector, and as Sir Roy said, in any other industry. How to groom yourself, what you need to do. Like I also come from naval architecture, and I was introduced as chief engineer. Well, not in the traditional jargon of chief engineer sailing. I like to start off my presentation with two quotes. One by a great Sri Lankan. It's in Sinhala. He was a king, the first Parakramabahu, 1133 to 1183, 50 years of reign. When Sri Lanka was recognized as the granary of South Asia. What it says in Sinhala is, a person with exceptional competence and potential, there's nothing he or she cannot do. The world is the limit. The second personality is, again, someone who really inspired me. I had the rarest privilege of meeting him and having lunch and about almost 1 hour one-on-one discussion, thanks to former President Ranil Wickremesinghe when he was a Prime Minister. I was in the chamber. He invited me for a lunch with late Dr. Abdul Kalam. And I was wondering why the hell he invited me. So in fact, I had the audacity to ask him, sir, why did you invite me? I said, he's a rocket scientist. He has nothing much to do with the politicians. So I thought, maybe you have some common areas to have a chat with him. Now he said, learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. And he lived by these mottos, and I heard that he passed away while delivering a lecture to students, sharing knowledge. My presentation, I have broken into, technology sometimes deceives us. I have broken it to 6 segments. First, like Sir Roy said, the world has changed and it will continue to change. The second is Sri Lanka's strategic position. You all talk about it so often, but there is nothing much happening, so we keep on talking. Third is India's maritime growth story. Just to give you a glimpse what's happening out there. A little bit about my journey at Colombo Dockyard, so that might give some inspiration or some promise. Fifth is grooming yourself for the future. Sixth is road ahead. Okay. So world is changing. What that means is we call it VUCA. World is volatile. You know what happens in the Middle East and how it impacted all of us here. Markets, shipping rates, trade routes, and geopolitics shift overnight. You and I can't control it. It's uncertain. Technology disrupts faster than institutions can adapt. AI, decarbonization, autonomous vessels, some of which Sir Roy spoke about. This is the reality of the future. It is becoming complex. Good olden days, when I was in university, ships were mechanistic. You could see, touch, feel, hear, do a lot of things. There was time. But today, that era is gone. Global supply chains interlink every sector. Maritime is the backbone of 90% of world trade. So what he said is not a dream or a fairy tale. It is a reality that is awaiting. It is ambiguous. All carrier maps are obsolete. Hybrid roles. Naval architecture combined with maritime cyber engineering, for example. These are emerging areas. What is Sri Lanka's strategic position? I said 90% of world trade moves by sea. Only 10% by air and road. Now, Colombo, or Sri Lanka, is the #1 transshipment hub in South Asia. But many don't recognize we are the only country with 3 deep water harbors. Even the largest vessels can be docked in all 3 ports, Colombo, Hambantota, and Trincomalee. Are we taking the best use of them? Perhaps not. More than 200 vessel calls per month at Colombo. Now Hambantota is picking up. We are only 7 nautical miles away from the east-west shipping lane. So we are located at the crossroads of Indian Ocean, east-west and north-south shipping lanes for major container vessels as well as for feeders. So potential to become a regional maritime service, MRO hub, rivaling Singapore and Dubai is immense. Now this is another icebreaker. The world population is about 7.6 billion. I have circled something with the bright light there. Do you know what is the significance of this area? Of course, Sri Lankans will say Sri Lanka is inside that. Indians will say India is inside that. Chinese will say Chinese are inside that. But if you take population-wise, what those who lives within that circle is much more than the entire rest of the world. So that area is the largest population, and we are in that. Not only that, the economic growth, if you take global economic growth, what happens within this circle is far greater than the entire rest of the world. That includes America, Europe, Africa, etc., Middle East, etc. So it's an economic growth area. Not only population is large, but it's a growing area. It is the future. The third is, what is the composition of the population? If you look at the high-income earners and middle-income earners, the majority lives in this area. They can afford not in Europe, not in America. Maybe you have the richest people in America, but as a whole population, this circle is or should be the focus. Of course, on the hindsight, a lot of problems are also there. India, China, India, Pakistan, and so on and so forth. But if we can get over these things, this is the focus area. Let me come to India's future potential. Of course, this is not my own little bit of research. Like Sir Roy said, using a little bit of AI in the search of time. Target is to make India's maritime economy to be $300 billion plus by 2030, in 4 years' time. It is in global headlines when Iran gets unfreezed $12 billion. But this is the market. India has 1,382 islands with maritime development potential. 7,500 plus coastline, 6th longest in the world. 12 major ports driving Sagarmala connectivity. Sagarmala program alone looks at $120 billion port-led development across India's coastline. National Shipbuilding Policy 2020 targeting 237 ships for Indian Navy and Coast Guard. India plans to build the world's second largest warship fleet by 2035. That's in 9 years. It will take about 2 to 3 years to build a warship, leaving designing time apart. Spoke about efficiency. This is an area where things can really make dramatic changes. But to build 235 or 37 vessels is not going to be an easy task. Green ship retrofitting and LNG conversion. Massive MRO demand. Now, along with that, our opportunity. And your opportunity. I'm not going to talk about your first job, seafaring. You will do that. Think beyond that. Sri Lanka-India Maritime Partnership. Joint vessel repair, spares, logistics, crew supply, I don't know. Many areas. I know Colombo Dockyard has been the backbone of the Indian repair industry. Almost 70% of SCI fleet was repaired in Colombo. You mentioned Zakir Hussain. I think it is the tanker, Yugoslav built. I have repaired that vessel several times. Has been always coming to Colombo Dockyard for repair. Difficult ship to repair because it was built, designed in Yugoslavia. A lot of spare parts not available and not ergonomically designed as well. Growing demand for trained Sri Lankan maritime professionals in shipping companies. CINEC graduates sought after by Indian coastal and offshore operators. Sorry. A little bit about my career. I was born in Badulla, nothing to do with coastline or maritime or anything. In fact, in a remote village, there was not even a bicycle or a bullock cart. No electricity. So how did I end up as a naval architect and a marine engineer? I didn't have money. My parents couldn't afford. There was no CINEC. 1970, I got a scholarship to the former Soviet Union and decided to do naval architecture. Spent 6 years. USA, 4.5 years. I spent 6 years learning Russian language first and then learning naval architecture. Completed my master's. Came back and joined Colombo Dockyard in 1983. 1983 was the Black July in Sri Lanka. I returned immediately after that. I joined actually in 84. So Colombo Dockyard went through so much of transformation. That was a public state-owned enterprise at that time, merely doing less than $10 million turnover a year. By 1997, we were focusing on repairs with the new dry dock coming into operation, 125,000 deadweight. And that is how we started catering to the Indian market. Company started to grow. And we started to learn. And my teachers, I'm very humble enough to say, majority of them were chief engineers and masters and second engineers of Indian shipping. Because we didn't understand. I have not sailed on tankers or bulkers or those vessels. They used to come and take you all around and show us, youngsters, how to do these things. And most of the time we messed up things. They're patient enough to teach us. In 2001, I moved into higher management, took the leadership role, shifted focus a little bit more into other areas. Offshore industry vessel construction, not large vessels, but a niche market. First in the oil and gas industry, later, after me, into cable laying vessels, ROV operation vessels, platform support vessels, etc. So my biggest contribution to the industry would be this transition from a repair yard to a building yard. The competences you need in repairs are not necessarily the competences you need in building. It's two different things. So getting the same people to transform and start building was not easy. And that was my kind of place to learn. Now I became a learning facilitator or an educator, trying to share that knowledge. Now this is that centrality of Sri Lanka. Do you know what is this? This is map showing the world shipping routes crisscrossing closer to Sri Lanka. I mean, people who have sailed knows this because they are watching satellite pictures and other radars, etc. They see all these things and they see on their own naked eye as well so many ships passing, etc. But people who don't sail, probably that gives you a sight. A little bit about Colombo Dockyard's transformation. We started in 1908. It's not here, during the British time, to support the British war requirements. Dockyard was started in 1974 as a state-owned enterprise. The real change came after 1983, the Dock 4 expansion. During the SOE time, I came into Dockyard at that time, so that is why it starts from there. So I call myself the second generation Dockyard people. Not the pioneers who started at the beginning, but the next guys who came with the big dry dock and bigger vessels. 1997, we moved into another area called heavy engineering. Now again, the competences you need in ship repair is not what you need in heavy engineering, like the Shell gas terminal in Muthurajavel. Erecting those gas terminals and piping looks simple, but not an easy engineering task. In 2003, offshore era. We thought there is opportunity for offshore repairs here. There was no space for offshore rigs, but some offshore activity can be done here. One of the vessels we did was Sagar Kanya, complete retrofit of a German-built research vessel going to Antarctica on expeditions. Because their requirements are quite different. What they wanted to research was different. Installing massive multi-beam echo sounders at the bottom, giving certain dynamic position capabilities, changing the entire power system, changing completely the generators because new power requirements came. And many other things. This is neither repair nor building. It's a different area. Again, different computers. Not what you are learning here in your STDC courses. But you need to acquire these things if you are going into these areas. Another one was Indian Navy floating dock, which sank in off. Forget the place, of Visakhapatnam, and that Minicoy area, Andaman and Nicobar. It was underwater 45 days. Everything was finished. Vessel was salvaged. We undertook to completely retrofit it. Tow it from there to Colombo, fully retrofit, put a complete automated ballasting system so that it will not sink again. I can talk so proudly because it has so many years it has been, and next docking was 10 years beyond. So we said, don't worry, you don't need to dock it for 10 years. And still it is operating. And take it back and install. For the Indian Navy, first contract to Sri Lanka. None of the Indian yards were qualified technically. We were competing with Singapore yards. I still can remember when Admiral Arun Prakash, then Chief of Naval Staff, visited Sri Lanka on the delivery of the vessel, he said, I'm amazed with what you guys have done. Then, later 2004 to 14, shipbuilding, not for Sri Lankan requirements. Of course, we did build a lot of vessels for Sri Lankan requirement, not just the Ports Authority and Customs, but for the Navy to fight the war. Built some exceptionally capable littoral warcraft, which can do about 55 knots. And go head on with the suicide boats. And if things are not so good, safely return as well. So with extremely high maneuverability. But we knew the war is going to end. Now that capability must be used for something else. We use that for offshore vessels. But we learned in Sri Lanka. At the moment, there are 2 cable layers being built for France. Second time, repeat customers, Orange Cables. Supplied in competition to a Japanese company, a cable layer built in Colombo, Sri Lanka. Japan is the topmost shipbuilder. Not now, Korea has taken over, and probably China will take over from there. But we competed with some of the shipyards in this category, and they were happy to award the contract to us, and we were delivered. Now, 2026 onwards, I want to mention here, this year, 51% of Colombo Dockyard was acquired by Masagan Docks. Earlier it was Japanese. They left, India came in. You can see Sri Lanka and Indian maritime sectors are somewhat merging. At least the hesitancy has gone. So these are signals. Grooming yourself. 6 points. Knowledge is important. But today, top universities in the world like Harvard talk about what is called know-how, not just knowledge. How to do things, not just what things are. You can find what things are in the AI, but how to apply that knowledge. I have added to this what is called versatility and adaptability. You will fit into an engine room. Or to a ship. But can you fit into a shipyard? Can you fit into a future ship? If you are neither versatile nor adaptable, you will not be able. I worked with hundreds of engineers, both seafarers and non-seafarers. I know how they react to situations. How about your people skills and leadership skills? How can you get 3,000 people to move in one direction? Not much, like the army, but to think creatively and do things differently. Getting 20 crew is difficult, Captain Peshwar, isn't it? On board. But at least you have command and control on board the ship. But when you come to a shipyard, it's a democratic institution. At one point, I had to ban smoking within the 25 acres of dockyard, and it is still to date banned. You cannot smoke. Only exception is, yes, inside the canteens you can. Anywhere else, if you find a person with cigarettes or any matchbox or lighter or whatever it is, it's an offense. We had some serious fires which led to make some drastic action. Do this in a civilian environment and make sure that it is continued. Even 10 years after I left, people respect when things are done with right objectives. For us, safety became first. I said nothing, even personal liberty is not our priority, safety. Continuous learning. Your learning is not just the university, what is beyond. Even I'm learning today. Like he said, he's learning today. Ethics and professional values. Why did I come here today? Is it because I am paid? Is it because I'm going to be recognized? I don't need either, because I made a commitment. I have to live by those commitments. That's how professionals do. Global mindset. Don't think only about Sri Lanka and about your industry. Have an overall mindset. I'm now today teaching business negotiation. And one of my case studies is negotiation between Iran and America. We are Pakistan mediated. So those are the areas that you guys need to develop. Outside this curriculum, no one will come and teach you. That's why I became what I am. This is not from textbook, like you said. This is my learning. So what is knowledge? Knowledge is understanding what something is. This is a phone. Good old days, you can only take a telephone call. But now you can do 200 other things from the same thing. I don't know everything what is I can do from this. But if I give it to my daughter, she will know definitely more things than me. That's knowledge. For me, knowledge is useless without action. If I can't use that knowledge, although I pay $1,000 to this phone, it doesn't really give me the real value, isn't it? So I often have to go and ask her, can you teach me how I can do this? She said, yeah, that's simple. Do this. I asked, how do you learn? You just try it. What is know-how? The practical skill to execute it. And the modern thinking is, technology is so complex today that it's not possible to put the entire technological knowledge into one person's brain. And again, it is not because the brain capacity is not enough, but because our systems are not enough to put that knowledge. So Roy suggested efficiency in learning, which will put so many things in. But this is yet to come. Now that is where you need to get several brains to work together. Hundreds of brains to work together. As a naval architect, we can design the best of the ships using all kinds of software, etc. but the taste of the pudding is not on my design, but on the performance of the ship, which is built by non-naval architects, welders, fitters, etc. So the captain who comes and take over it, as the chief engineer will say, Mr. Yappa, your design is fantastic, but the vessel is hopeless. That is where know-how matters. So I should be able to communicate it to the people. This is what I want. That is why people like Orange Cable comes back to Colombo Dockyard. The deeper cause and effect. That's also part of knowledge. If you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you do this, this is the outcome. So knowledge is not just understanding. Go deeper, how to do it, why it is happening. Now in action points, I said knowledge without action is useless. Think rationally. One of the recent Nobel Prizes for economics was given to a person who did the research on thinking. He is not an economist, he is a scientist. He said there are two ways of thinking. One is fast, rapid thinking. When we do routine things, like I speak, I don't think. I just go on, just pick up some word from my presentation and go on. But when I am doing some writing or whatever it is, I seriously think. So these are two ways of thinking. When you are sailing the ship, when you are attending to your routines in the engine room, you don't think too much. They come naturally to you because that's how you are trained. But if you are in a storm or a difficult situation, then your thinking has to come. It's a different capability. Find new ways and means. Don't repeat what had been done by your predecessors. There are good things, there are bad things. Even the good things can be done better. Even what you have done yesterday can be done better tomorrow. Apply yourself. Commit fully. Today for about 2-3 hours, my full focus is on this presentation. Although I have 200 other problems in my mind. Practice, practice, and practice. Apply tacit expertise creatively. Drive to the objective. Finish what you start. That's why I came, to finish what I started 2 weeks back. Now this is, again, something about versatile maritime professional. I'm not going to go one by one. Versatility means capable of doing many things at the same time. I'm a naval architect and an engineer, corporate manager, leader, educator. So the organizers asked me, can you give me one word to describe yourself? I said, sorry. I'm a person, that's all. I don't have one word to tell who I am. So do many things. Why only one? I'm in the Council of Institution of Commercial Law and Practice. Because engineering and business cannot be practiced without legal. I'm not a lawyer. I'm into mediation. Because disputes happen, then you need to resolve. Able to switch between strategic and operational modes. At some point at the top management, you think and decide, but at ground level, you need to address dengue mosquitoes in the shipyard because 3,000 people depends on your decision. Imagine if this epidemic is going to impact 3,000 people in dockyard, my business is finished. And shipyard is a place where you can easily breed plenty of mosquitoes, isn't it? It's not a smooth area. Drains, pits, potholes, blocked water, everything. Garbage, rubbish, food waste, you name it. But we have a system that is working. Changeable and adaptable without losing your core identity. I can meet Dr. Abdul Kalam with the former then he was the Prime Minister, former President. I can also meet a welder or a fitter, now of course at his retirement or some other funeral, and then relate equally. More free between leadership styles. I can be very hard and rigid in some occasion, extremely flexible in another. Depends on the situation. Masters both technical detail and big picture thinking. I can have a 30,000 feet view or a 3 feet view. So I used to do a lot of walking about. I mean, people who have seen me in dockyard those days know that I do walk around the shipyard almost every day. And I go and look at every cable termination, every welding, every this thing, here and there, every this thing. And that's the detail. But strategic decisions are not taken on those details. That's how your idea being implemented. You get feedback. Comfortable with ambiguity. You all like conformity. But today's leaders need comfort with ambiguity. People who are challenging you. People who are saying, sorry sir, I don't agree. Sorry Mr. Appa, it doesn't work. Look at this pyramid. Sorry, I have not moved. This is what I was talking about. Bear with me. At line management, you are executing mode, like in a ship. 5th engineer, 4th engineer, do your watch. Do the routines. Middle management, think and execute. Top management, think and decide. You decide not only for you, but for others as well. But you take responsibility for everything. If you make a mistake at the lower level, fine. Like Zakir Hussain, the ship may end up in fire. But if you make a mistake at the top end, the company may go bankrupt. Lives of 3,000 families or more will be affected. So those are the challenges. So prepare yourself for immediate job, but be ready to embark onto the future. You can't sail for ever. So these are your options. Ship repair and MRO, apart from seafaring, shipbuilding, offshore and energy, port and logistics, maritime education and classification, maritime technology, of course, teaching all across. I just took 6 opportunities beyond seafaring. Now, what do you need to do? Your actions. Identify your core technical interest and double down on it. I think Sir Roy already mentioned on this. Find a mentor in your field, senior professional, want to help. They want to help. They will always come, but hardly anyone asks. Join IMREST, Student Membership Global Network. I'm also in the committee. So this is a little bit of propaganda because it gives you a lot of opportunity to learn. That is now. 6 months down the line, complete one industry certification, ABS, DNV, Lloyd's Register, online courses. Many of them are free. Harvard offers courses, certification courses free. MIT offers certification courses free. People can do these things. Start a project journal. Document what you learn. Try to fail. But fix it after that. Failures are pillars of success. Visit Colombo Dockyard if you have not. You may not necessarily get, everyone will get training, hopefully they are, but otherwise visit. Hambantota Port or shipping company for a site visit. See the opportunities. 1 to 3 years, secure an internship or cadetship, build language capability. At minimum, conversational Japanese or Korean, Chinese, Indian. Start building a LinkedIn profile that shows your projects and competencies. Because unlike our time, now you have a physical yourself, you have a digital person also available in the digital space. So if I say I'm Mangalayapa, no one will, in Sri Lanka people will recognize because my name is known, but other people I asked, how did you find me? He said, we did some research, sir. So, towards the end, almost at the end, stepping into your future, few key takeaways. Future is unpredictable. Always keep the end in mind. Where you want to be. Not captain, not chief engineer, but beyond that. That's only a step. Know-how is the key. Continuous learning is non-negotiable. Never hesitate to unlearn. What you learned here, what you learned today may not be applicable tomorrow. Throw it out. Learn new things. Mistakes are common. I have made plenty. Learn from them and course correct fast. Sri Lanka plus India, in my view, your opportunity. Think regionally, act globally. Be flexible, manage yourself. Think and step in with an open mind, not closed mind. Take one step at a time, reflect, course correct often. Remember Dr. Abdul Kalam. Learning gives creativity. Creativity leads to thinking. Thinking provides knowledge. Knowledge makes you great. My last, this slide, sorry, I haven't put it. This is Helen Keller, a person who inspired me when I came across, not met, but read. She was born in 1880, June 27, tomorrow. She died June 1, 1968. She is an American author, activist, and a lecturer, but she is not recognized for that. She was the first deaf and blind person to graduate from a college in the USA. Now, when she became popular, a journalist asked her, Helen, is there anything worse than being blind? Her answer was here. Yes, a woman, that applies to men as well, with sight but no vision. So many of us see because we have a sight, but unfortunately, majority don't have a vision. I hope you will develop your vision. Good luck. Bon voyage. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer. Time, I don't know, I may have run out. I tried to keep alarm, but it didn't work correctly. Any questions? Because I'm going to go away after this. If not, all the best.
Thank you, sir, and I would request you to remain on stage. That's okay. May I respectfully invite Sir Sohan Roy on stage to present the memento to Engineer Mangalayappa for his contribution to the success of Mighty Mariner 2026. Thank you, sir, for broadening our understanding of the diverse opportunities available within the maritime industry. Before moving on to the next session, let us take a moment to explore how AMRI, the Ares International Maritime Research Institute, is shaping the future of industrial and maritime training. AMRI is a cutting-edge educational institute with a vision to revolutionize industrial education. Founded to bridge the gap between academic learning and industrial expertise, AMRI creates a comprehensive and immersive learning environment that integrates academic knowledge with industry practice. Having trained over 100 cohorts and more than 2,000 young professionals, AMRI harnesses the power of visual content to democratize education. With an extensive library of over 25,000 hours of training content covering technical skills, soft skills development, and productivity enhancement tools, AMRI aspires to be the premier destination for professional industry training. The Oxford of Industrial Education. To learn more about one of the pioneering initiatives dedicated to advancing maritime research and leadership development, let us now watch a brief introductory video of AMRI.
Ares International Maritime Research Institute, known as AMRI, is the realization of this opportunity. With headquarters in Sharjah, UAE, and an affiliated institute in Kochi, India, AMRI bridges the gap between academia and industry by bringing seasoned industrial leaders and veterans into the classroom, offering students the invaluable opportunity to learn directly from those with real-world expertise, offering a unique blend of technical training and soft skills development. To further strengthen the bridge between academia and industry, AMRI runs the Professional Incubation Program, a collaborative initiative with universities. This program equips students with hands-on industrial training, mentorship, and placement opportunities, preparing them to transition seamlessly into the workforce. In collaboration with Niche, one of the top deemed universities in India, AMRI has successfully implemented this program, providing students with real-world exposure to industry demands, while supporting their placement across multiple sectors. By combining academic learning with practical experience, AMRI empowers both students and partner universities to cultivate truly industry-ready professionals. Today, AIMRI offers a diverse portfolio of technical programs spanning maritime, media, QHSE welding and inspection, health and safety, ISO standards, industrial skill development and efficiency enhancement. Backed by a comprehensive library of over 25,000 hours of training content covering technical proficiency, soft skills and productivity tools, AIMRI has firmly positioned itself as a premier destination for professional industry training, earning the title the Oxford of Industrial Education. Under the visionary leadership of its founder, Sir Sohan Roy, AIMRI has pioneered EFISM, a groundbreaking tool designed to improve individual efficiency. Built around the one is to one principle balancing karma, body and mind. EFISM promotes a harmonious and productive lifestyle. To further integrate this philosophy, AIMRI developed the Hartoist Training Program, a structured certification focused on enhancing personal and professional efficiency through time management and personal development. In its mission to tap into the wealth of knowledge held by industry legends, AIMRI offers professional biography creation services, capturing the inspiring journeys and life lessons of influential figures and immortalizing their experiences in print. These efforts are further strengthened through AIMRI's prestigious Honorary Industrial Doctorate Program, which recognizes the outstanding careers and contributions of industry stalwarts, with over 125 distinguished recipients to date, including Dr. Ravi Mehrotra of Foresight Group UK, Dr. Emmanuel Grimaldi, Chairman of the International Chamber of Shipping, and Dr. Joseph William Foster, co-founder of Reebok. This honor represents the highest recognition conferred by AIMRI. Demonstrating its global impact, AIMRI has successfully released a series of professional biographies and undertaken multiple record-setting initiatives, including the launch of 42 biographies at a single event, a milestone officially recognized by Arabian World Records, the Universal Records Forum. These landmark achievements reflect AIMRI's unwavering commitment to honoring industrial excellence, preserving professional legacies, and inspiring future generations. AIMRI cultivates lasting relationships with these industry legends, bringing them onto its elite career advisory panel, serving as a vital connector. AIMRI bridges the knowledge and experience of industry leaders with those seeking mentorship and career guidance. AIMRI is redefining what it means to be industry ready. It is more than a university. AIMRI is an indivarsity, the nexus of a global learning ecosystem that connects industry leaders with the professionals and students of tomorrow, setting new standards for the future of work. This commitment to shaping capable and efficient professionals is embodied in EFISM, AIMRI's innovative efficiency improvement system management program, conceptualized by our chairman, Sir Sohan Roy. As part of the EFISM Commando project, the first batch of trainees have successfully completed their industrial project management training, while the next batch continues its ongoing development. These outstanding individuals, exceptionally talented, astute, and high-achieving, have now emerged as the very first certified EFISM Commandos, who are trained to be future leaders of the industry. The EFISM Commando Convocation Ceremony 2025 celebrates their dedication, discipline, and achievement, serving as an inspiration for future aspirants of the program. AIMRI continues to inspire, equip, and empower the leaders of tomorrow, turning potential into excellence. With innovation, mentorship, and a commitment to lifelong learning, AIMRI is not just shaping careers, it is shaping the future of industry. Join us and be part of a journey where ambition meets opportunity, and where excellence is a way of life.
Ladies and gentlemen, as a token of appreciation for their invaluable contribution to the success of Mighty Marina 2026, we will now proceed with the presentation of mementos to our distinguished speakers and guests. May I respectfully invite Sir Sohan Roy to grace the stage to present the mementos. May I respectfully invite Chief Engineer Arjuna Ranasinghe and accompanied by Captain Prasanna Cedric on stage to accept the token of appreciation. Now, I would like to invite Mr. Punsara Aravinda on stage to accept the token of appreciation from Sir Sohan Roy. Thank you very much, sir. It is now my pleasure to introduce our final speaker for today's program. Mr. Punsara Aravinda is a Class 1 marine engineer and a leading maritime entrepreneur whose journey from the engine room to the boardroom is an inspiration for every young professional in the audience. Mr. Punsara Aravinda holds a certificate of competency as a Class 1 marine engineer from the South Shields Marine School in the United Kingdom and an MBA from the University of Wolverhampton. He brings over 20 years of international experience across both seagoing and shore-based roles, having risen through the engineering ranks to chief engineer during his service with Seaspan. He is the founder and managing director of SIAP Private Limited and Blue Waves Ship Management. Under his leadership, SIAP has grown within just a few years into one of South Asia's leading and most responsible ship repair and marine engineering companies, with a vision to position Sri Lanka as a competitive regional maritime hub. I now invite Mr. Punsara Aravinda to the stage to share his insights on the world beyond the stripes on your shoulders.
Good afternoon all. Ayubowan. So actually I got this invitation 2 days back. Then I thought, then I asked where this visiting lecture, whatever this speech. Then he told me in CINEC Campus. Then because I was wearing a uniform like you in 2005, then Mr. Loku Kadagoda and Mr. Mota and Mr. Charit Seneviratna ultimately when I was doing my class 3, Mr. Arjuna sir was there and he taught me. Then with the time I joined as a visiting lecturer to CINEC. Then I relived once in Arjuna sir. Then again I left to sea. Then again started my own business here in Sri Lanka. Then I thought, why not? Let's give a small, tiny thought to you all today, to get some idea and maybe to get some, thought to develop yourself to go beyond the stripes what you are wearing today in your shoulders, right? So, first of all, I would like to know from you all, now if I ask, I know I can see the applets, there are navigation cadets, engineering, and even electrical as well, right? So basically, Captain Cedric and Captain Peshela today, I'll try to focus on our I would say brothers, right? Because I'm also like one of y'all. So let's take this forward. Tell me from one of y'all, or y'all, why you wanted to become a mariner? Why you want to become a marine engineer? What makes you to, come to this place and wear this uniform and take this courage to become a mariner? What makes you to become a mariner? Can one tell? Any reason why you want to sail? No? Maybe my passion, because I want to have a hard life Maybe I want to be in the engine room, or I want to be I want to wear that nice uniform, and I want to run the ship as a captain, or like what? Right? So somebody may tell, I want to travel around the world. Is that so? Is anyone who really choose this field because you just wanted to travel around the world and see? Anyone? No? Yes? Yes? Good. And someone can tell passion of ships and challenging environment. So we have some people from first and the second. So any one of you all, because I wanted to have that challenging environment, so I choose this field? Yes? I know it's afternoon session, but you all heard now, already listened to two this thing and lectures, but I want you all to interact with me. Because I also sit as a cadet in this seat. I know that day even the Arjuna sir will not let us to, just sit like that. We will talk. So I want you all to talk. So what exactly make you to come to this position and study marine engineering or the navigation or the electrical studies? What make you to? Any clear ambition? No, I want to become a marine engineer like that? Is that the reason? Okay, some are there. And regarding some finance, once you become a captain or the chief engineer, you can earn a lot. Is that the reason? Yes, now I can see a lot. Yes, that's the reason. If you tell why I choose marine engineering, because at that time in 2004 I did my A-levels. Then I thought, okay, where to go? I was thinking of going to Kottalavala Defense, but my family doesn't like it. Then I thought, okay, let's go to CINEC. Why? I can study marine engineering. Why marine engineering? Anyway, I liked and I love mechanical work and the engineering work, yes. Otherwise, I checked the course fees. Okay, all right, this is how much. I don't want to tell the price at that time. And then I thought the salary, once you become a fourth engineer, how much you can earn. Of course, why not? That's the main reason why I chose to do the marine engineering. Then with the ladder, slowly came up. Then from there, we pick it up. So we studied a lot. And then we become as a marine engineer. Right? So you all also the same. So the main thing, what make you to wear this uniform today, because you have some sort of a thought. So imagine now out of this crowd, maybe let's say 100 people, how many or some of people you become a cadet because you want to travel and see the world. Some people become because you have passionated. And some people, they just they love marine engineering. Maybe sometime my father is a chief engineer, my family comes from a marine background, so that's why you wanted to become a mariner as well. So different thoughts. You imagine in this field, whatever the cadets, you have different mental setup, personal in one badge, though you take all your navigation, engineering, and the electrical badges all together. So there are different thoughts. As Mr. Mangal and Sir Roy said, so the crowd we are having is different thoughts, different mental setups. So all these lecturers, what they are trying to stream you through one platform to get to one ambition, though you are captain or the chief engineer or the electrical officer, whatever. So you think how hard it is. You just think how hard it is to drive you all with different mentalities, different thoughts, different dreams to take it to one target. It's very hard. It's not easy. So imagine that now today you have 100 people over here. So anyway, end of the day, some people doing their class 3, definitely you all do your class 3. Then definitely you all become a third engineer or fourth engineer. And by then, how much will quit sailing before become a chief engineer or the marine master mariner? How many of you all want to become chief engineer? How many of you all want to become master mariner? Whoever does the navigation, they want to become a master mariner. Whoever doing the engineering, they want to do the chief engineer. Like, that's your plan, that's your thought, that you're hoping to. But have you all ever realized during this your passage, right, how many of you all will quit sailing before you achieve that target? In my experience, there will be 5 to 20% people will leave, quit sailing because of other reasons. Right? Next question, now you become a chief engineer or the master. My next question is, then what? What you are planning to do after you become a chief engineer or after become a master? Can one of you tell me, like, what's your thought after becoming a master or the chief engineer? What's your next plan? Anyone? Putta, this is the case. I thought initially during this discussion, because mine and even Mr. Mangala's presentations are almost getting in line, the same. So I thought, okay, let's not go through the presentation, but let's try go ad hoc to get the things done, right? So here now, no one has any plans after chief engineer or the master what you are going to do. This is the problem here in Sri Lanka. Now not in Sri Lanka, the majority, right? So why I become an entrepreneur, why I've started this company? There are reasons. Now, when you get the Sri Lanka's position, everyone talks about Sri Lanka's position. We are in a strategic location. We are around Sri Lanka. We have so much of shipping lanes going on. Right? So much of shipping lanes going on. And this screenshot I've taken today, this slide, whatever the presentation I prepared today itself, because I did not have time. Because 2 days back only they told me, okay, there is an opportunity. That's why I thought, okay, anyway, if I can give some tiny thought to my brothers, so why not? So that's why I came here today, right? So this screenshot is today's screenshot. So now you can see exactly where the Sri Lanka is. So where's the potential is, right? So what we believe, Sri Lanka is a marine nation. You don't have to send your labor or your mother, sisters to other countries to get the work done and earn. Sri Lanka, actually, it's a marine nation. Everyone talks about it. Everyone talks about blue economy. Everyone talks about how we can develop. But they talk. But actually, what's happening? How many of you would love to come out? I don't say don't come out, but you will have a proper life, good life. You can earn good. You can support your families, you can support your wives, kids, you can support, right? But end of the day, we as Sri Lankans, we as people, we have to support Sri Lanka to getting into this level. We know what kind of potential we have. So with this potential, what we can do, there are so much of businesses you can develop within the country to cater the marine market. We have huge audience. We have huge audience. As Mr. Mangala said, there are so much of vessels sailing down below Sri Lanka, but how many ships are stopping in Sri Lanka to get all the services done? Think about it. But though you have 1,000 ships, you can't cater on 1,000 ships because we don't have that capacity. We don't have enough repair companies. We don't have enough dockyards, though we have dockyard. We don't have enough proper qualified personnel to do proper ship agencies. We don't have enough people to have proper bonded warehouse. Sri Lanka authorities or the law as such, so much of bottlenecks and red tapes when you are going to serve to the marine sector. It's lucky now there are a few more other institutes providing marine education where we are going to generate good skillful force to cater this nation. So that's why today I thought, okay, let's give a small insight to y'all what exactly you can do beyond chief engineer, beyond master. Think about it. You have the opportunity. Opportunity is there. There are people ready. You have the audience. It's like a hotel nearby your road. You have only 50 seats, but you have 100 people outside your hotel, but you can't take in. You don't have enough tables, you don't have enough spoons, cutleries, you don't have enough chairs to take them in and make them happy. This is real situation here today in Sri Lanka. You know, the sector, now something is happening in Gulf area. Because of that geopolitical issue, what's happening at the moment, so much of work volume for the services, name changes, for other repairs, ships comes into Sri Lanka to this location. They are identifying the location, but as nation, are we ready to take that volume? Are we ready to cater that volume? For me, it's not. So for you, at this stage, I want you to think on next step. It's not about you becoming a chief engineer or you becoming a master or you quit sailing in between. There are lots of opportunities here in Sri Lanka and globally, internationally, where you can work, where actually you can give that thing what you can do. So you make use of it. So let me go back to my slide. Then before you are coming into this, have you all ever know the reality of the seaman? Let's take the common word seaman. You wanted to become a chief engineer, you wanted to become a master, you know how the life at sea, how it looked like, how hard it is. Do you all know about? Or once you come to the classroom, then only you realize, okay, this is this much of tough job. It's a tough job. It's not easy. Today the things are modernized, yes. You have high technology, that's right. You have LNG, dual fuel vessels you have. But I believe when Arjuna sir and Captain Peshal and the Cedric, when they are sailing at that time, the ships are not like that. They must be sailed on 25 to 30 years old ships. In our generation, I believe like our badgers were lucky enough to have that experience, which were like 25 to 30 years old vessels to work. You will not have proper sleep even. Some are unmanned vessels. So much of breakdowns. It's not that you don't do the repairs properly, but due to aging. You will have tough time. You will have tough life. Mentally, physically. Why mentally? You don't have your loved ones with you. Some people can say it's a fantastic job. Being a seaman, it's a beautiful land. You can travel around. You can see so much of things, even so much of pubs. You have that much of freedom. It's lonely life. Yes, that's right. But end of the day, you earn so much of money. That's also good. You gain something. But what you lose? You're earning for whom? You're earning for whom? You're sending your allotments to whom? When you're not married, you are sending your money to mother, father. You like to see that they are living happily, healthy, and lavish life over there because they supported you during your education period when you are a kid. When you grow up, you marry, you have kids, you are earning, you are sending your allotments to whom? Your mother, father, plus your family, your kids. You see them having good life. But I don't think you will feel it properly. Most of the time at 4 months, 6 months, you are on board the vessel. 2 months, 3 months, you are on vacation. I don't see, because why I'm saying I experienced that. Maybe I'm wrong. You can see people, they ride good vehicle, they have good food, they have the house, they have the everything, but they are missing something, small slot. That's you. They are missing you. When mother, father wants you aside, when they are illness, you are not there. When your family, your wife or your kids, when the father wants to be there at the most of the times, you are not there. You are earning, you are gaining, yes, and same time remember you are losing something. Which in your lifespan, though you say, let's say 20, 30 years, but end of the day, when you look back, then definitely the missing slot will be there. I don't want to discourage you, but I want you to face the reality. Think about it. Save something. It's a cycle. You talk to so much of chief engineers who are like 50 to 60 years old, they are sailing. Ask why. Why? Then they will tell, my kids are now doing their higher education, I want to earn money. They are studying in the overseas, other countries and other universities. You are still learning. Till how much of age? 60, 65. Then where is your young age? When you were 22, 23, you becoming as a cadet to the whatever the university, then you get passed, then you sail in your, when you're not married and you are single, you have that your life, but still you're earning, you want to buy a car, you want to build your house, then ultimately you want to get married. During 28 to 32, definitely you'll be married. Then you'll be having kids by 35 to 40 years old. So at that time, they are growing, they are learning in schools. Then when you are hitting 45 to 50, definitely they will be grown up and they completed their A-levels and they are looking ahead to do their higher studies. The way your mother, father treated you, you definitely have to treat your kids as well. It's a chain. So you have positives and you have negatives. So you as a mariner selected, for me, it's an adventurous field and so much, it's a very good job. Yes, that's right. But always you have the positives and you have the negatives as well. You have to balance it. So that's why I wanted to tell, it's reality, the life at sea, the long periods away from home, long working hours, harsh weather conditions, physical and mental fatigue you will have, isolation and loneliness, high responsibility, strict discipline. So everything you'll be having. So now you must be realizing, maybe before you wear your uniform, you must be realize, okay, the life at sea like this. But there are some percentage of students, once you sit in the classroom, then only they realize the reality. But maybe after you go on board, then only you face the reality. But still, there are ships, which are 30 years old ships, which you will definitely have sleepless nights. Definitely you have hundreds of major breakdowns of your main engine. Definitely you have to stop in between and get the stuff done. The engine room temperature, the old ships, between 38 to 42, even it's hit 45. It's hard. Same time you imagine that you have another problem at home. You have something to take care of. Then what will happen? Think about it. You are thinking at your home and you are working in that harsh environment, which leads to some accidents, which really you don't want. Right? So that's why I skip initially, what's your ultimate goal? So as an engine cadet, or the navigation cadet, or the electrical cadet, you have your ultimate goal to become a chief engineer, or the master, or the electrical officer. That's right. But then I ask, but I didn't hear from any single one of you whom you want to go beyond that, which Mr. Mangala correctly said. That's where you should focus. Now your path is open till you become a chief engineer or the master. That's right. My question is, then next what? That's where we need y'all to be on the soil, to do something to this nation, to take it up to next level. People do talk. Yes, we are talking about blue economy. We are talking about the beautiful location of Sri Lanka's positioning like Pearl of Indian Ocean, yes. But still we are a developing country. What we are doing? And we are not ready to cater that 100 ships which are at anchorage as of now. So who is going to do that? That should be the thought. If you sail till 60 years of age, who will develop this? Who will develop this? No one will develop. And after 60 years of age, again someone can come to this stage and tell, okay, we are such a beautiful, wonderful country and we are situated and we are the pearl of the Indian Ocean, but still we are the same. As I told you before, Putala, this country have that potential. You have so much of opportunities. Let me talk about this marine sector. It's a cluster. In this cluster, now at the moment, CINEC is catering on the education. They are trying to build you. They are trying to develop a proper skillful force. But when you divide this marine cluster into segments, you have one segment called ship repair and shipbuilding. Then you have another sector called docking facilities and shipbuilding. Then there is another segment called port agency services and supplies. And there is another segment called logistics and services and bonded warehouses. And there is another segment called leisure. Do we have any marinas in Sri Lanka? The proper functioning marinas? Do we have or not? I believe we don't have. There is one in Port City, but it's not yet properly functioning. But none of the marinas. We have beautiful beaches. We have beautiful locations. People can sail, but we don't promote it. But we talk about blue economy. We have so much of inland waterways. Do we have transportation? We don't have transportation. Can we build? Yes. But the problem, who? So that's the question. That's the question you should ask from yourself. That's why I ask. Now, how old you are? Maybe 22, 23 years of age. But none of you can answer my question, what was your next plan after chief engineer or the master? So do you think one of y'all will step out after becoming a chief engineer or the master, will do something to nation? When you will get that thought? That we need to develop. That's where we need to work it out. As I told you, like y'all, when I sit in 2005 in the same hall, we had some inspiration thoughts from Mr. Loku Katagoda, Mr. Mota, Mr. Charit Seneviratna, Mr. Arjun sirs. We had. They are the ones who plant that seeds on us. The same way, we have to do the same to y'all. At least, not one. 4, 5 should come out and do cater. To where? To this nation. The next question is, how? So we have that opportunity. We all talked about that opportunity. We know we are in the middle of the Indian Ocean, right? Promote and market opportunities. We have to develop skill force, right? Advanced technology and innovation in Sri Lanka. Identify and eliminate red tapes and bottlenecks. There are a lot. Encourage, empower, and motivate stakeholders. We have the opportunity. That's why I asked earlier. We have the opportunity, yes, but who's going to cater that? That's you. You are the stakeholders. If you are the stakeholders, how are you going to do it? How many of you wants to come out and think wide, think out of the box, and do something creative? How do we know? How do you want to market ourselves? How are you going to promote ourselves? How are you going to market the opportunity? Develop skill force. That's why you have Marine Education Institute. From the schooling, they are developing you. It's not one place where you get to know all the things, no. Where you do your preschooling from there till you pass out from your school, then your higher education, and till today you are learning. I believe even our sirs are learning. So that's the skill force which is going to cater that missing market. Advanced technology. Who's going to bring this advanced technology? Who's going to do innovations? Who's going to think out of the box? That's you. No one else. Because what I believe, if you want to cater in marine market, it should be a marina. As a service provider, if you go on board, you should talk to the chief engineer or the master in marine language. It's not a different language, the same English, but it's a bit different. You are learning about marine English, no? So it's different. If any other, it's not nothing against any degree holder or anything as such. What I'm saying is, though normal mechanical engineer go on board and talk to a chief engineer or the master, you will not get the things done correctly. That's for sure. We experience. So, mariners are the ones who should go on board and should start something and start catering on the marine market. So ultimately, that's you. The other people who are in parallel with your badges in another institutes as well. So we identified that you are the personnel who are going to cater to the marine market, then how? We identified that's you. Gain practical experience. Yeah, definitely. You have things ahead. Before you do your class 3 or whatever it is, you have to have your industrial training, or you have to sail as a cadet on board the vessel. You have to get the training done. Being a sports captain. One thing I have right here, I just wanted to tell you one thing here. Now, here in this room, how many of you all are done sports? Sports. Any sports captains? Yes? Prefects? Head prefects? Some kind of a musicians? Yes? Now you are sitting here. So in build, you have some sort of a leadership. In build, you have some sort of captaincy, some sort of a knowledge. You are a person here. But when you are sailing, don't take me wrong, Captain Peshal and Cedric and Sir, Rajun Sir. I'm not going to demotivate you all. The only thing is you should not lose your qualities when you are sailing. When you start sailing, you will be back to back, you will be sailing. You will not have time to play whatever the sport you did. You will not have time to, develop that leaderships which you build when you're school time. The product which came out from the school is different. At the moment, still you are the same. But while sailing, you may lose it. You will not stop. Some of the people will not stop until you get your chief engineer's license or the master's license. But what my point was, initially we have the market. We need to cater that market. That cater market, the stakeholders are you. So how are we going to use you to cater the market? So we have to build you in that way. But what I mean to say is, while sailing, you have inbuilt your capabilities. There are sports captains, there are sports leaders, there are some people who have served in some societies, who are chairmen, presidents, treasurers, in your school time, prefects, head prefects. End of the day, once you do like 4 or 5 sailings, you should still remember, I was a sportsman like this. I was a head prefect or the prefect. I used to lead my schoolboys. But with the time, with sailing time, slowly, it will deteriorate. What I want to say is, don't do that. Do not let that happen. Why? Because from the school, you develop yourself to a certain position. You are here for your higher education. Then you have your throughout plan, and you know the targets. But end of the day, we need this skill force to cater Sri Lanka again. Those qualities and the thoughts what you learn from your school age, you should have it to shape up. You are with your mother and father, but ultimately you are schooling for 13 years. That's where you exposed to your proper society, your friends. It's a huge learning curve. How long will you stay in CINEC? How long will you stay if you are studying in another government university? How long will you stay? For 4 years, 5 years, maximum 6 years. But school is the one where really shaped you up to a certain product. So you have to keep it up with you even after sailing. Once you quit, and if you think that I want to serve Sri Lanka, I want to do something special to Sri Lanka, so that particular person from school should be there to shape it up and take the lead and run. During that experience time, definitely you will gain experience. You will know how the things to get it done. You will see the geopolitics. You will see the potential. But ultimately today, now you are 22 to 23 years of age, but still you don't have that plan. What will I do after becoming a chief engineer or the master? To get the product run, to cater on the marine market, what I told you. So we need that technical knowledge, strong theoretical foundation, hands-on practical experience, presence of mind under pressure, decision-making abilities, which you are going to have it during this your training period. Because we are developing a product. That product, the proper product will come out only after a certain time. As a school leaver, you can't do much. But you have a nice, perfect character built on you with that schooling background. You have it. My request, do not let that go. Though you sail for another 15 to 16 years, keep it with you. Shape it up. Get more knowledge. Get the experience. Read the news. Check it out what's happening around the globe. What's happening in Sri Lanka. Seek more opportunities. How to cater the stuff. How to cater. What are the loopholes. Where the opportunities are. For that, you have to think loud. It will not happen in overnights. Not at all. You have to practice it. You have to see things differently. So you have different mindset of people. Excuse me, what's the time now? Okay. So you have different set of mind people here, and as this educational institute, they are trying to take you through to a single path. So majority of you all definitely become chief engineer or the masters, and few will deviate. I expect that few, whoever did not answer that question earlier, will have after some time. That's why I said think loud. Think what are the things you can do differently without harming anyone, without harming or deteriorating your targets, plans. So the other thing, when you wanted to cater on that market, the next thing, you should be able to market yourself. Without marketing yourself, you can't market the other sectors. Even Sri Lanka, you can't market. So how are you going to market yourself? Technical skills, communication and leadership, networking and personal brand. What is personal brand? How are you going to build it? It's something you have to, again, think out of the box. How you build your personal brand, how you think out of the box and try to do something. Without that marketing, you will not be able to do anything or start anything. And next, it's a risk. I will just take, because I don't have much examples, it's me only the example at the moment I have. So I've started I quit my sailing life when I was 34 years of age. At that time I was married and I have 2 kids. I had to take that decisions to quit sailing. I just had my 1 vehicle and my house was in process, building, halfway built. So I'm going to lose my whole income. Who is going to cater my family? Who is going to take care of my kids? What about the meals? Though you can tell, okay, you are 34 years of age, you have done so much of sailing, and you should have so much of money. No, it will not work like that. If you had that much of money at 34 years of age, and until 60 years of age, chief engineers will not sell. If you can save in that way. No. You have commitments coming up, piling up one by one or another. Things are different. Things will change rapidly. So you have to cater on all those things, and you have to cross these all hurdles. So things are very much different. But that risk, everyone was blaming me at that time. Yes, but I had that courage to take that risk. If you have a risk, if you see any risk, what you are going to do? Are you going to live with the risk? Then what? What you are going to do with the risk? You are going to take whatever the precautions, the other actions to mitigate that risk. In the life-changing decision, when you are taking a life-changing decisions which will directly hit your normal day-to-day life, what kind of mitigations, what kind of actions you can take to mitigate that risk? It's nothing else. It's about confidence. That's about confidence that you will overcome that situation and you will serve and you will go to that proper target. From where you will get that confidence? It's again linking back to the same story. That's where you are starting, from your school age, from your parenting, school age, higher education, and the experience you get. From there, at least few people, as I told you, some people, we didn't become like this in overnight. There were so much of people who taught us. There were so much of people who helped us, who planted that seed inside us, ourselves. So it's a process. But you should be able to, you should be very much open to absorb that. Get it in positive mind. Something is there. Why I am saying this? At least after you achieve your goal, we need majority of you to serve here in Sri Lanka to cater this marine industry, to take this nation to next level. We need each and every one of you. If you are ready to take that challenge and take that risk. In my topic, world beyond the strips on your shoulders, there are so much of opportunities, Puta. Become an entrepreneur, become an industrial influencer, lead an enterprise, become a sector leader, head of the department, drive innovation, lecturers. Why not? There are a lot. But the thing is, you should be able to see this in this age. You will be too late if you see this in 30 years of age. Too late. You don't have time. That's why I'm telling you all, you have to think now. Open this confined thing, open it up, and see the reality. It's not the phone, it's not the series, it's not the TV series. It's huge playground. We all are there. They are performing different activities. Be a part of it. But that you have to think from today onwards. Not tomorrow. Not after a minute. Think about it. Do something special. Think very differently. Where you can definitely cater, and at least when someone of you come to this stage and talk to the other generation of seafarers or the mariners, you can proudly tell, People in the past have done something, we have done something. We are not a developing country anymore. We are a marine nation at the moment. There are 1,000 ships, 999 ships we are catering here in Sri Lanka. Make it. So, I don't want to take much time. It's a simple thing what I prepared today morning because I didn't have time. I got the invitation day before yesterday. But I really wanted to come and give my tiny thoughts to you all, just to open your mind, just to bring more proper open-minded players to that playground to play with all of us. That will definitely help you to develop your career, your families, your generation, plus this nation. Forget about from where you are coming. Forget about your past. What matters always, who you are today, where you are standing today. I always, when I used to do some visiting lectures here in CINEC, I used to always tell 3 things. First thing, your family, in the sense parents. Do proper work. Make sure your parents will not get the blame. Behave such a way. අපි නිකන් කියන්නේ මම තාත්තා මතක් කරලා බනින්න තැනට වැඩ කරන්න එපා. අනිත් එක තමයි පුතා තමන්ගේ ඉස්කෝලේ. පොඩි කාලේ ඉඳන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ දේවල් ඉගෙනගෙන දේවල් හැදිලා දෙයක් අරන් එන්නේ තමන්ගේ ඉස්කෝලේ. ගොඩාක් ළමයි අද ගත්තොත් ඔයාගේ ඉස්කෝලේ මොකද්ද කියලා ඇහුවොත් සමහර මිනිස්සු කියන්නේ නැහැ. සර් මං ආයේ පොඩි ඉස්කෝලේ ගිහින්. මම ඉස්කෝලේ පොඩිද ලොකුද කියලා ඇහුවේ නැහැ. මං කිව්වා ඉස්කෝලේ මොකද්ද? ඒ ප්‍රයිඩ් එක තියාගන්න. ඔයා ඉන්න පුළුවන් සමහර වෙලාවට පොඩි ඉස්කෝලේ ඉගෙන වෙන එක පොඩිද ලොකුද කියලා බලන්නේ ඔයා කොහොමද ඒක පෙන්වන්නේ කියන එක මත. ඒක රොයල්ද ආනන්ද නාලන්දද සෙන්ට් තෝමස්ද මලිය දේවේද රාහුලද කියන එක අදාළ නැහැ. ඒ ඉස්කෝලේට බනින තැනට වැඩ කරන්න එපා කවදාවත්. අද මෙතනට එන්න ඔයාලට පාර හදලා තියෙන එතන. අනික් එක තමයි කවදාක දවසක ලංකාවට බනින තැනට වැඩ කරන්න එපා. සිම්පල්. ඔය 3 තියාගන්න. අපි අදටත් අපෝ මේක මෙහෙ මිනිහෙක් කියලා බනිනවා සමහර වෙලාවට. ඒ තැන තියන්න එපා. Sri Lankans are different. We all are different. So think about it, boys and girls. And thank you so much for the opportunity. And I hope I have given some tiny things. Please open up your minds and get ready to play on that huge playground where you can benefit yourself, your families, plus end of the day, the nation, Sri Lanka. Thanks.
Thank you very much, sir, for that practical and motivating session, a real-world look at building a maritime enterprise from the ground up. Ladies and gentlemen, as we approach the conclusion of today's event, may I invite Engine Cadet Sithum Upeksha to deliver the vote of thanks.
A very good evening, everyone. Mr. Punsara Arvinda, Captain Peshala Madagama, Vice President of CINEC Campus, respected deans of the faculties, distinguished members of the academic and administrative staff, esteemed guests and dear cadets. As we come to the conclusion of Mighty Marina 2026, which also mark the International Day of the Seafarers, it is my great privilege to deliver the vote of thanks on behalf of all the cadets and students gathered here today. First and foremost, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our chief guest and keynote speaker, Sir Sohan Roy, founder, chairman, and CEO of Aries Group, for sharing his inspiring journey, visionary leadership, and invaluable insights into the future of the maritime industry. Sir, your words have motivated us to think beyond boundaries and to pursue excellence in our maritime careers. I would also like to extend our heartfelt appreciation to Engineer Mangala P.B. Yapa for his enlightening presentation on your future in the maritime sector beyond seafaring. Your guidance has opened our eyes to the vast opportunities that exist within the maritime sector and beyond. Our sincere thanks also go to Mr. Punsara Aravinda, founder and managing director of CIAP Private Limited and Blue Waves Ship Management Private Limited, for sharing his professional experiences and entrepreneurial journey. Your achievements serve as a powerful inspiration to all the aspiring maritime professionals. We are deeply grateful to Captain Ajit Piris, the founder, president, and CEO of CINEC Campus, and the senior management of CINEC Campus for their unwavering commitment to maritime education and continued support in creating opportunities for students and cadets to engage with distinguished industry leaders. Our Vice President, Maritime Affairs, Captain Peshala Madagama, and Chief Engineer Arjuna Ranasinghe, Dean, Faculty of Marine Engineering, Captain Prasanna Cedric, Dean, Faculty of Maritime Sciences. Thank you, sirs, for giving us this opportunity to learn and grow. Our sincere appreciation goes to the Aries Group of companies and the organizing committee, especially Mr. Aloysius Michael, for the coordination and support to successfully bringing together this remarkable event. We also extend our gratitude to all the distinguished guests, faculty members, industry professionals, researchers, alumni, and participants who took the time to join us and contribute to the success of today's program. Most importantly, this program has provided valuable knowledge, industry perspectives, and inspiration that will greatly benefit for our upcoming 7th CINEC International Research Symposium. And also, as we celebrate the International Day of the Seafarers, let us take this a moment to acknowledge and honor seafarers around the world whose dedication and sacrifice keep global trade moving and connect nations across the oceans. We thank them for their invaluable service to the world. Finally, on behalf of all the cadets and students present here today, I thank everyone who contributed directly or indirectly to making Mighty Mariner 2026 and the celebration of the Day of Seafarers a memorable and an inspiring event. May the knowledge shared today guide us, the future maritime professionals, and may we continue to navigate, innovate, and inspire. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening. Fair winds and following seas to all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, as we conclude Mighty Mariner 2026, let us reflect on the valuable insights, experiences, and inspirations shared throughout today's program. Today's discussions have reinforced the importance of innovation, leadership, collaboration, and lifelong learning in shaping the future of the maritime industry. On behalf of CINEC Campus, CIRS 2026, the Faculty of Marine Engineering, the Faculty of Maritime Sciences, and the ARIES group of companies, we extend our sincere gratitude to our distinguished speakers, guests, and participants for making this event a resounding success. We also invite all speakers, distinguished guests, and participants to join us for the official photograph after the event. Thank you. Have a wonderful evening and safe journey home. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the national anthem of Sri Lanka.
Up